त्यानंतर तुम्ही समजून घेता what are the points, what are the sub points, what is important, what is unimportant, what are the keywords. Okay, you try to understand. So that process, that thought process, cognitive process, जी काही तुमची process brain मध्ये चालते, that process is called as decoding. That process is called as decoding. Now, thus exchange of information, feelings or ideas from sender to receiver. Its encoding and decoding. Whole process is called as communication. Now, how can we say that the communication is successful? When do we say that communication is successful? Communication is properly done. When do we say? कधी म्हणतो आपण? Answer my question. Hello. Hello. When do we say that communication has been properly done? Yes. When receiver gives you proper response or feedback. बघा, आता मी तुम्हाला काहीतरी सांगितले, that is message. I am sender, you are receiver. And whatever content I am explaining to you, that is message. That is message. Now, how do I know that my communication is effective? When I ask you a question, if you respond properly, if your response is proper, correct, that time I come to know that whatever I explained, you understood. मी जे काही सांगितले ते तुम्हाला कळालं. कशावरून कळालं? तुमच्या रिस्पॉन्स वरून कळालं मला. मी जर माझ्या क्वेश्चनचं आन्सर दिलं तर मला कळेल की कम्युनिकेशन प्रॉपर झालेलं आहे. So your response is called as feedback. Can you see this word here? Feedback on the screen. See the arrow? Receiver decodes the message and then he gives feedback to whom? Sender. This arrow has reached to sender. Okay. So based on his feedback, we can analyze the success of communication. आपण communication successful झालं की नाही हे समजू शकतो. Now here on the right side, one more term is there, that is noise. What is it? Can you guess? Noise. What is it? Yes. Barriers. Okay. So there are many barriers in communication process. Whenever communication is taking place, there are so many barriers or interruptions. Communication is influenced by some other external factors. What factors असतात? So for example, I am explaining this lesson, but some of you might be busy in their work. काही जण काम करत करत माझं लेक्चर ऐकत असतील. So that is interruption. So you are not concentrating. You are not paying proper attention towards my speech, right? Then second, medium used. I am talking in English, but suppose some students, they are very weak at this language, so it is not possible for them to understand whatever I am telling, whatever I am explaining, right? Then cultural background is there. Cultural background, एखादा कर्नाटक किंवा आंध्र मधला एखादा स्टुडंट आहे आणि मी एखाद्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या जिल्ह्यातलं एखादं उदाहरण त्याला समजावून सांगते, so it becomes difficult for him to understand or interpret the message. That's why cultural background, this can be the barrier. Then emotional status. Suppose you are disturbed, you are sick, you are not feeling well. That time it becomes difficult for you to concentrate on the lecture or understand the message. So your emotional status can be the barrier. One more thing, suppose you are having siblings, there are many small children at your home, and I'm conducting lecture through online mode, right? Suppose there is much noise around you, तुमच्या भोवती खूप सारा दंगा गोंधळ आहे, त्यावेळी काय होणार आहे? It becomes difficult for you to लिसन प्रॉपरली. तुम्हाला नीट ऐकू नाही येणार मी काय बोलत आहे, आणि तुम्हाला समजायला सुद्धा अवघड जाईल. सो दीज आर ऑल नॉइजेस. हे सगळे काय आहेत? हे सगळं नॉइजच्या अंडर येतं. ओके, सो व्हॉट आय टोल्ड, कॅन यू yes repeat? Noise means what type of barriers are there? First, tell me.
Outside of conversation.
Yes.
Interruption.
Interruptions. Now for example, range is not there, internet connection is not good. Okay, then there are many people or children around you, that noise is there. Okay, so these are the factors that influence communication process. So just you have to remember this diagram. Accordingly you can explain the diagram. Now you tell me, what is sender? Who is sender? Read the sentence and tell me.
The person who is sending the message.
The person who is sending the message is sender. What is encoding?
Organizing the message content into appropriate verbal or non-verbal.
Yes. So encoding means organizing the message appropriately. Organizing the message appropriately. So you can use verbal or non-verbal medium. So for organizing message, you may use verbal medium or non-verbal. Verbal means what? Written. Now I am showing you the script on the screen. I have prepared or orally I am explaining. So that is verbal medium. Non-verbal medium means what? With the help of expression. With the help of expressions, I can send message. I can transfer information. Right? So with the help of symbols, signals, body expressions, postures, gestures, whatever information I exchange, that is non-verbal information. Okay? So I have to decide. मला ठरवायचं आहे की मी verbal, non-verbal कुठलं मीडियम वापरणार का दोघांचं मिक्सचर वापरणार, and I will frame my message. Then next is message. What is message?
The information, idea, thought, emotion, etc. we want to convey.
So whatever we want to convey, आपल्याला जे काही समोरच्याला सांगायचं आहे, कन्वे करायचं आहे, that information, that idea, thought, emotion is called message. What is channel?
It is the mode or way the message flows like face-to-face communication, telephonic conversation, written mail.
Yes. So there are many channels. First channel, face-to-face. So whatever conversation we have in the class, that is face-to-face communication. Whatever conversation you have with your friends when you are together, that is face-to-face communication. Then telephonic conversation. Here we have used electronic media, right? Telephonic conversation. And then written mail. We can communicate through written models. So we send letters, we send mail, fax. So that is written form. Who is receiver?
Person whom the message is intended.
Person for whom the message is intended. कोणासाठी आहे तो message? Who is our target? That person whom do we want to send that message? That person is called as receiver. Okay, what is decoding? What is decoding?
Interpretation or conversion of the sent message into intelligible language.
Yes, so decoding means interpretation. Interpretation म्हणजे अर्थ लावणे. Interpretation or conversion of the sent message into intelligible language. Intelligible means समजण्यायोग्य. कळण्या योग्य भाषेमध्ये आपण ते काय करतो, इंटरप्रेट करतो. वी इंटरप्रेट द सेंट मेसेज. सो दॅट इज decoding. That process is called decoding. And after interpreting the message, what we do, we give feedback. We give feedback or response. This refers to the response of the receiver in reference to the message sent. Okay, so based on the feedback, we decide whether the communication process is successful or not. Okay. Now I hope all of you understood. Next, see the process of communication. Now we have seen the diagram. Okay, we have identified all the components of communication. All these components, they play important role in process of communication. They are very, very important factors, right? The process of communication is a cyclic process. As I told you, sender sends message, receiver receives the message, receiver gives feedback. Again, depending based on that feedback, sender reframes the message. Suppose सेंडरला असं लक्षात आलं की ह्याचा फीडबॅक बरोबर नाही, रिस्पॉन्स बरोबर नाही, याचा अर्थ माझा मेसेज त्याला कळालेला, रिसिव्हरला कळालेला नाही. त्यामुळे मला परत एकदा हे सगळं सांगायला पाहिजे, मला दुसरं एखादं मीडियम यूज करून बघायला पाहिजे, चॅनल यूज करून बघायला पाहिजे, किंवा मेसेज मला वेगळ्या पद्धतीनं फ्रेम केला पाहिजे. सो अकॉर्डिंगली द सेंडर मेक्स चेंजेस either in message or channel or medium. Okay, and then again he sends the message, again receiver decodes the message, again receiver gives response, and sender comes to know whether he or she has understood the message or not. Okay, so this is a cyclic process. He cyclic process आहे. It begins with sender and again ends with the sender. परत sender जवळ येऊनच ती end होते. So that's why it is called cyclic process. Okay. Now see here the model of communication process we can represent as we can show arrows. First, sender selection of message, encoding of message, selection of channel, then message received by receiver, then decoding of the message, and then last providing feedback to the sender. So this is how we can represent communication process. Understood? Any doubt in this part? Any query, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No. Now, whenever this communication process is going on, we should keep in mind that this process, every time it is not going to be smooth or without any barrier. प्रत्येक वेळी communication हे properly होईल. Okay, so always there are few barriers, right? For example, see a few days ago, lecture चालू होतं. Some students, they were complaining that I am unable to connect, right? So that is one of the barriers. रेंजच्या प्रॉब्लेममुळे म्हणा किंवा आणखी काही टेक्निकल इश्यूजमुळे ते कनेक्ट होऊ शकले नाही. They could not join the meeting. So that we can consider as one of the barriers. In every step, coding of message by the sender process of transmission, mode of communication, receiving and decoding of message, and finally feedback. The message may get disturbed or interfered by various factors. या प्रत्येक स्टेपला कुठे ना कुठे डिस्टर्बन्स येऊ शकतो. एन्कोडिंग करताना येऊ शकेल, डिकोडिंग करताना, फीडबॅक देताना, ओके, किंवा चॅनल थ्रू ट्रान्समिट होताना कुठे ना कुठे एखादा प्रॉब्लेम डिस्टर्बन्स येऊ शकतो. द मेसेज मे गेट डिस्टर्ब और इंटरफियर्ड बाय वेरियस फॅक्टर्स. राईट. So these are barriers in communication, and that the term that we use for it is noise. त्यालाच आपण noise म्हणू शकतो. Now see, along with these, we also need to understand non-verbal signals. Non-verbal signals. So along with verbal signals, we use non-verbal signals, and we have to be very, very cautious while using these non-verbal communication or non-verbal signals. Now, why we should be cautious? Can you explain why we should be cautious? Yes? With example, can you explain? We maybe end up in having a communication. In having communication failure. Failure is more important. Okay? Our communication may fail. आपलं communication fail होऊ शकतं. कधी?